Don Quixote. The name itself conjures images of a bygone era, a world of chivalry and adventure. You know, every time I think about literary heroes, about characters who truly stand the test of time, of the world's wildest hero, the most unconventional champion, a skinny old man in rusty armor, a figure seemingly plucked from the pages of a forgotten fairy tale, prancing about on a bony horse, a steed as improbable as its rider, pops into my head. He's an instant reminder that heroism comes in many forms, often the most unexpected. This guy, Don Quixote de la Mancha, hailing from the heart of Spain, is not just a character, he's an icon, a symbol. He's a walking, talking meme from the 1600s, a figure of fun and folly that somehow resonates even today, and somehow, he's still the craziest hero ever. His adventures are legendary, his misadventures even more so. First off, let's talk about his mission. What drives this eccentric knight-errant? Most heroes want to save the world, right? They battle villains, rescue damsels, and generally make the world a safer place. Well, Don Quixote wants to revive chivalry. He yearns for a return to the noble ideals of knighthood, a world of honor, courage, and courtly love. He reads so many knight stories, immersing himself in tales of brave knights and daring deeds, he loses his mind, literally. The line between fiction and reality blurs, and he becomes convinced that he is a knight. He grabs a mop for a helmet, fashioning his own armor from whatever he can find, renames himself, adopting the grandiose title of Don Quixote de la Mancha, and charges out to fight evil. He's ready to right wrongs, defend the helpless, and prove his worth as a true knight. Except, evil is windmills. This is where the story takes a truly bizarre turn. Yeah, he fights windmills. He sees them as monstrous enemies, a threat to the innocent. He thinks they're giants, huge, menacing figures blocking his path to glory. Who does that? Who mistakes ordinary windmills for fearsome giants? Only Don Quixote. He's in a league of his own, a category of one. But here's what blows my mind. Despite all the absurdity, all the delusion, the dude doesn't care how the world sees him. He's utterly unconcerned with the opinions of others. He keeps going, pursuing his vision, even when everyone laughs, even when faced with ridicule and scorn, when the whole village thinks he's nuts. He remains steadfast in his belief, unwavering in his purpose. He's got one friend, Sancho Panza, a humble peasant following along, serving as his squire and confidant, trying to keep him out of too much trouble. He's the voice of reason, the grounding force in Quixote's fantastical world. But honestly, despite his reservations, Sancho kinda loves the adventure too. He's drawn to the excitement, the possibility of something extraordinary. And that's the magic of Quixote. He inspires a sense of wonder, a belief in the impossible. He's a fool, sure, a figure of ridicule and amusement, but he's also the bravest man in the room, the most courageous soul because he dares to dream. He refuses to be limited by reality, by the mundane. He looks at the world, at the everyday, finds it boring, finds it lacking in excitement and purpose, and says, "Nah, I'll make it epic." He decides to rewrite reality, to inject his own brand of heroism into the world. He invents his own story in real time. He becomes the author of his own destiny, the master of his own narrative. Miguel de Cervantes, the author, was a genius. He crafted a character that continues to fascinate and inspire readers centuries later. He wrote Don Quixote over 400 years ago, creating a timeless masterpiece, and it's still hilarious, full of witty observations and absurd situations, and weird, pushing the boundaries of what's considered normal or acceptable, and somehow so real. Beneath the surface of madness and delusion lies a profound truth about the human condition. Don Quixote isn't just about a funny story, an old man on a horse. It's a mirror reflecting our own hopes, dreams, and follies. It's about how all of us, in our own way, see ourselves as heroes sometimes, as the protagonists of our own lives, even when we look ridiculous, even when our efforts seem misguided or futile. Think about it. Reflect on your own experiences. Have you ever tried something totally wild, something that defied logic or reason, even if people said you were crazy, even if they doubted you or laughed at you? That's pure Quixote energy. That's the spirit of adventure, the refusal to be confined by limitations. He shows us that imagination is power. It's the force that allows us to transcend the ordinary, to create our own realities. Maybe you won't win every battle. In fact, you're likely to face setbacks and disappointments. Maybe you'll lose more than you win, but that doesn't diminish the value of the attempt. But you'll have stories to tell, experiences to share, and that's what life's about, right? It's about the journey, the experiences, the stories we create along the way. So next time you see a windmill, whether it's a literal windmill or a metaphorical one, or a big challenge, a seemingly insurmountable obstacle, channel your inner Don Quixote. Embrace the spirit of adventure, the courage to dream. Go for it. Take the leap. Be ridiculous. Don't be afraid to be yourself, to embrace your quirks and eccentricities. Be brave enough to chase your own giants. Pursue your passions no matter how improbable they may seem. And if anyone asks why, if they question your motives or your sanity, just say, because Don Quixote did it first. He paved the way for all the dreamers, the adventurers, the ones who dare to be different. Gracias for watching. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the world of Don Quixote. Now go make your own adventure. Go out there and create your own epic tale.